and manifestation.
Oh, don't get me started on manifestation. You think the universe is Amazon Prime, and your thoughts are the order form. You made a vision board, which is essentially arts and crafts for desperate adults, and now you're disappointed that the Lamborghini hasn't materialized in your parking spot. You genuinely believe you can bully reality into submission by vibrating positively. You're not co-creating with the cosmos. You're just having a very intense daydream while smelling of lavender oil. Then there's the breathwork. You hyperventilate in a room full of strangers until you see geometric patterns and think you've met God. No, sweetheart, that's just oxygen deprivation. You achieved the same state when you were 12, trying to hold your breath in the swimming pool. But now you pay $200 for the privilege and call it holotropic.
Ah, but wait. You've evolved, haven't you? You're past the beginner stuff. You're not just buying rocks anymore. You've entered the sophisticated phase, the Great Awakening. You had that moment, didn't you? The moment when you realized you could no longer pretend. You looked around and suddenly saw that the life you meticulously constructed is actually a prison made of other people's expectations. The masks you've been wearing are suddenly suffocating. The games everyone else is playing are just so obvious, so beneath you. Bravo, standing ovation. You've discovered existential dread. You've figured out what cynical teenagers realize when they first read a Wikipedia summary of Sartre. But you're not having a midlife crisis. No, that would be too cliché. You are waking up. And this awakening, it's not sudden. Oh no, that's for amateurs. Yours is profound. It's a slow, agonizing, beautifully tragic process. It seeps in like water through stone. You love that imagery, don't you? It makes your increasing inability to enjoy anything sound like a geological miracle. You are engaged in the noble task of shedding everything that is not truly you. You're not quitting your job because you hate your boss. You're quitting because your soul is undergoing an inevitable transformation. You're not paralyzed by fear. You are gently allowing the process to unfold. You are Marie Kondo-ing your soul, and you are making damn sure everyone knows which emotional baggage no longer sparks joy. And with this transformation comes a highly refined spiritual palate. You develop this sudden allergy to falseness. It's fascinating. Small talk tastes like dust in your mouth. Your old ambitions, they feel hollow. Isn't it amazing how your profound spiritual awakening perfectly coincides with you becoming absolutely insufferable at dinner parties? You're not enlightened. You're just judgmental with a better vocabulary. You claim this isn't something you decided, it just happened to you. Your very being is rejecting falseness the way the body rejects poison, which is incredibly convenient because now you have a spiritual excuse for being antisocial and unmotivated. The poison you are rejecting is usually just other human beings. People who haven't realized how incredibly awake they should be. The audacity of them going about their mundane lives, enjoying a sandwich, not constantly contemplating the infinite void. The absolute horror. But here's the crown jewel of the new you, the centerpiece of your spiritual resume. You have quit the hunger for approval. This is my favorite part. The desire to be liked, to be validated, it's just rotting in your hands. You can no longer bend yourself into shapes to please others. Your body rebels. You are done with the performance. Except you're not. You just changed theaters. You traded the mainstream stage for the avant-garde, spiritual open mic night. You still desperately crave approval, but the game is much more subtle now. Now, you want approval for how authentically you no longer need approval. You announce your rejection of societal norms on social media, hoping everyone validates how bravely you are rejecting validation. You post a 3,000-word essay on Instagram about transcending the ego, accompanied by a very casual, definitely not posed photo of you staring wistfully at a leaf. And then you check your likes every 4 seconds. Because nothing says, "I have dissolved the self," like monitoring the engagement metrics on your journey to inner peace. You haven't dropped the mask. You've just traded the old suffocating plastic one for a new, smug, ethically sourced, biodegradable mask made of hemp. You claim you've replaced this hunger with inner authority, a quiet sense of worth. You have a compass in your heart. Spoiler alert, that inner authority, that quiet voice telling you that you are finally real, that you are finally enough, that's just the ego. It's the same old ego, but it bought a Tibetan singing bowl and started whispering. It's the ego telling you, "Yes, good job. We are so much more authentic than those sheeple." You feel like a tree whose roots have reached deep water, no longer dependent on the rain of approval. But you're not a tree. You're a confused primate who figured out how to monetize their anxiety by teaching other people how to breathe correctly. And of course, it's lonely. It's so lonely being this awake. You are caught between two worlds. It's the burden of the truly conscious. Your family thinks you've joined a cult. Your friends miss the old you who could just enjoy a beer without discussing karmic debt.
Which is exactly what the ego wanted all along. To be special, to be separate, to be the one person in the room who truly gets it. You haven't achieved liberation. You've achieved spiritual VIP status. You're in the exclusive club where the cover charge is your personality, and the only drink they serve is lukewarm self-satisfaction.